What's going on, y'all? Welcome to the channel. My name is Ngazi Chinedu, and this is She Creates Empowerment. This is my first YouTube video. Honestly, I really felt led to come on here and talk about this because I think a lot of people are praying for change while maintaining the exact same mindsets, habits, routines, and speech over their life. And I'm not saying that from a judgmental place. I'm saying that because I had to realize it myself. There was a season where I kept praying, God change my life. God heal me. God help me. God shift me. God give me clarity. God free me from these cycles. And if I'm being real, my habits weren't changing. My words weren't changing. The things that I consumed weren't changing. Even the way that I thought about myself wasn't changing. And eventually I felt like God showed me something so simple but so powerful. And he was talking about identity. The other day he gave me a revelation of my bathtub because I was just staring at it like, dang, I just cleaned this. But I know that sounds random, but I want you to stay with me. Your tub is always going to get dirty. You can either clean it consistently so it stays maintained, or you can ignore it until it becomes disgusting, overwhelming, and harder to deal with later. But either way, it was still your responsibility. And I think a lot of us treat our minds, our spirit, our habits, our emotions, or even our words the exact same way. People keep asking, why am I so negative? Why do I feel so drained all the time? Why do I keep falling back into the same cycles? Why do I feel stuck? Why do I feel far from God? Why can't I stay disciplined? Why do I keep giving up on myself? So on and so on. And this is what I tell them every time. What are you constantly feeding yourself? What are you consistently listening to? What are you consistently speaking over yourself every single day? Because life and death are truly in the power of your tongue. And I think people underestimate how much their own words are shaping their reality, even their thoughts. You cannot consistently think or call yourself lazy, broken, ugly, behind, inconsistent, unworthy, depressed, confused, hopeless, and stuck, and then expect your life to produce peace, discipline, confidence, joy, clarity, and healing. Your words matter. And I think some people have partnered with negativity for so long that they don't even realize how much they speak death over themselves daily. Like, really pay attention to how you talk about yourself. Some people wake up and immediately start speaking against themselves. I'll never change. I'm always failing. Nothing works for me. I'm so behind. I'm not good enough. I'm not disciplined. I'm just lazy. And then they wonder why they feel heavy all the time. Your spirit is listening to what you say. And no, I'm not saying life is perfect. I'm not saying hard seasons aren't real. I'm not saying emotions aren't real. Don't get me wrong. They're real. I feel them. I know they're real. But I'm saying that eventually you have to stop agreeing with the very thing you're praying God to free you from. You cannot pray for peace while constantly feeding anxiety. You cannot pray for confidence while speaking insecurity over yourself every day. You cannot pray for healing while constantly identifying with your brokenness. You cannot pray for discipline while refusing to maintain discipline in small ways. And honestly, I think people underestimate consistency because consistency is not always some huge dramatic moment. Consistency is usually small. You got to start off small. Consistency looks like getting up and trying again, praying again, reading the word again, posting again, working on the business again, cleaning your environment again, going to the gym again, speaking life again, choosing discipline again, trusting God again. And when you don't fully feel it yet, and I think some people are waiting for this magical overnight transformation moment when really God is waiting on consistency, not perfection. Consistency. Because eventually what you repeatedly do becomes who you are. And I think that's the part nobody likes talking about. Everybody loves transformation. Everybody loves breakthrough. Everybody loves the testimony. Everybody loves the after. But maintenance is what sustains it. People want peace without maintaining peace. People want healing without maintaining healing. People want closeness with God without maintaining relationship. You want success without maintaining discipline. You want confidence without maintaining better thoughts. Maintenance is not glamorous. It's not. But maintenance is waking up and choosing again. Maintenance is doing the small things consistently. Maintenance is stewarding your mind, stewarding your habits, stewarding your environment, stewarding your words. And honestly, some people want deliverance from things they're still feeding daily. You're asking God to free you from negativity while you surround yourself with negativity. You're asking God to heal your mind while you're consistently consuming things that poison your mind. You're asking God to shift your life while refusing to shift your habits. And I think that's why the bathtub example hit me so deeply. Because nobody wakes up one day and their bathtub is disgusting overnight. And mine was not disgusting. Hold on, I'm just saying. It happened little by little, neglect after neglect, avoidance after avoidance, day after day. And honestly, this is the point where I'm getting to. So do cycles. Cycles build slowly. Fear builds slowly. Negativity builds slowly. Bitterness, hopelessness, insecurity, laziness, isolation builds slowly. And then one day people look around and say, how did I get here? Sometimes the answer is simply, you abandoned maintenance. And I'm not just speaking to y'all. I'm speaking to myself too. As a mentor, I hold myself accountable. Because there were seasons where I had to truly renew my mind. There were seasons where I had to stop speaking against myself, stop doubting myself, stop giving up so quickly, stop consistently or constantly partnering with fear and hopelessness. Because if I'm praying for a positive life while constantly speaking negativity, those things don't align. And I think that's why I'm so intentional now about what I speak over myself, even when I don't fully feel it yet. Like I always tell everybody who, books a call with me or I'm mentoring, you got to consistently do these things. You got to kind of be delusional to it, because eventually your mind starts aligning with what you repeatedly practice. And I know consistency can feel boring sometimes. I go through this. I know healing can feel repetitive. I know discipline can be exhausting, and I know growth can feel slow. But little by little, your life starts reflecting what you repeatedly maintain. And honestly, some of y'all don't need another motivational video. Excuse me, I'm getting tongue twisted. You need maintenance. Daily maintenance, spiritual maintenance, mental maintenance, emotional maintenance. Because if you don't clean the tub regularly, eventually the dirt builds up. And then people call themselves stuck when really they abandoned maintenance. Oh my gosh, y'all hear the rain? It's so peaceful. I love rain. Maintenance. Rain is maintenance. So this is your reminder today. Speak life over yourself. Be intentional with your habits. Stop agreeing with negativity. Stop partnering with hopelessness. Stop feeding the version of you that you're praying to outgrow. And stay consistent. Even when it feels small. Pray again. Try again. Trust God again. Show up again. Consistently. Maintenance. Because eventually, things you consistently maintain begin transforming your entire life. And one day you'll look up and realize you're no longer the person you used to be. Anyways, I love y'all. Stay tuned for more. And welcome to She Creates Empowerment. Peace and blessings.